there, my name is Janet, and today we're going to be talking about the new 5 minds of the future. Today our special guest is Ryan. Hello Ryan.
Hello Janet, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. So Ryan, you're our expert on the 5 minds of the future for today, so who invented the 5 minds of the future?
Alright, the 5 minds of the future is based on the work of Howard Gardner, who's a research professor of education at Harvard University. And he has proposed that there are 5 minds of the future, and there are 5 areas that we need to focus on training, as they will influence the way we teach and work and the way we operate as educators.
Okay, so what exactly are the 5 minds of the future?
Okay, the 5 minds of the future fall into 2 distinct categories. The 2 categories are the intellectual minds and the character minds, and both of these 2 groups, they join together to describe a person holistically.
Okay, so what exactly are the intellectual minds? Yeah.
Okay. The intellectual minds are focused on the intellectual development of a person. It's driven mainly towards that person's vocation. So the first is the discipline mind, which describes a different discipline such as maths or science or history, and the need to become an expert in this field in order to gain vocation and then in order to progress within that vocation. The second is the synthesizing mind, which describes a person's ability to synthesize masses of information which we have available and that's continually being created, and to sort through and find what's most relevant and what can be applied. So it breaks down the information available and finds the most useful for what we want to apply it to. And then the third is the creative mind, which takes into account the above 2. It seeks to create new ways of operating within a discipline using the information that's been synthesised, and it endeavours to create some sort of meaningful change in that field and somehow advance and improve that discipline somehow.
Okay, so there's 2 minds left over and they're both personal, so what exactly are the 2 personal minds?
Okay, well the personal minds, they focus on the character development of the person more so than the intellectual development. So the first is the respectful mind, which recognises that we live in a very diverse world. We live with people of different cultures and different backgrounds and situations, and the respectful mind endeavours to create community, to get alongside different people and work together to get along and to be able to understand one another, where each person's coming from, and to ultimately advance society. And then the ethical mind, the final mind, this one looks at taking a step back from what we're doing and the way that we operate. It looks at our methods objectively, and it seeks to improve them for the benefit of for most people. So it asks whether our methods of working are right, whether we should look at practices or change practices to benefit more people rather than the individuals. And so the ethical mind is all about looking at the way we operate and looking to improve it based on how people are affected within that.
Okay, so how exactly do these 5 minds of the future affect us as educators or future educators?
Well, these are going to dominate our future learning and future thinking as we move into education. They'll dictate the way we work, because these are the 5 minds we're going to be training, and particularly with the rapid increase in technology and the changes we're seeing within education. Also the influence of the media and pop culture on the way we work as educators. We need to teach students to be able to discern credible information and what credible information sources are. And given that our world is continually being driven by this global media and issues such as commercialism and those things, we need to look at training these students as holistic people, developing each of these sections, these different 5 minds, to be able to create those holistic people. And also we must remember we're not just training students, but we're actually training people for the social future.
Okay, well thanks for that Ryan, and I'm Janet.